Hi, everybody. I am Melissa Falcos, the fifth grade science teacher at Benjamin Middle School, and I would like to welcome you to the 2020-2021 school year. I'd like to introduce a little bit about myself and then also go through what science will look like this year as we start the school year. First, you will see my contact information, both my email and my phone number. I will get back to you pretty quickly by email. I check that frequently throughout the day. If you would like to speak to me, you can always call me on the phone number here, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, a little bit about myself. I graduated from Northern Illinois University, and then a while later, I went and got my master's degree in curriculum and instruction from Concordia University. This is currently the start of my 17th year teaching in the Benjamin School District. I actually started off teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th grade Spanish. Then I went to 5th grade for a year, and then I also went to Evergreen for a couple of years and taught 4th grade, and I have been back in 5th grade ever since. Here are some pictures of my family. I have two children, Emma, who just started 6th grade in middle school by our house. She's 11 years old, and Nolan, who just started 3rd grade this year, and he is 8 years old. All right, so as far as science goes, students will have an online textbook that they can go to and refer to anytime they need it. We'll actually start the year not so much using it, but as the year goes on, we will use it quite often. The way the students will access that online textbook is through PowerSchool, which they will know how to log into, and then they will be able to get to actually their science, their math, and their ILR textbooks through PowerSchool. So it's going to be their regular username and regular password that they use to log onto their devices with. That's what they will use to log into PowerSchool. Of course, we are following the STEM skills, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and 21st century skills throughout the school year for science. And here are a variety of topics that we are going to cover, and they're not necessarily in the same order. We're actually going to start off with lab safety and lab equipment, and then move on to the scientific method, which I think is going to be new to most students in 5th grade. At least that's been my experience for the past few years. We'll move into the metric system, and then we'll start talking plants and animals through the growth and survival chapter and ecosystems. And then a little bit later on in the year, we'll talk about properties of matter, which is one of my favorites. So talking about the periodic table, protons, neutrons, elements, all of these fun things, which I think will get the students really excited and interested in this topic. And then hopefully we will end the school year talking more about the design process and engineering design and the nature of science as well. So since we are all at home learning, at least for the start of the school year, everything will be digital. So our lessons will be digital. I will find as many virtual labs as I can. I kept hands-on inquiry in there in case there's maybe a lab that would be simple enough for students to try on their own at home, or I can kind of demonstrate and send a video off to them so they can view it. So it just depends on what I do and how I think it'll work into our curriculum. There is also a workbook that will accompany the online textbook, which is actually right here. You should have received this in your supplies that you picked up the other day. If you didn't, you can always still pick up those supplies, and this is going to be one of the books in your bag. This is the exact same workbook that matches up with your textbook online. So you can use one or the other. They're the exact same thing. Of course, like most other subjects, we kind of, in science, we're integrated with ILAR or reading and math through vocabulary. The students are going to learn tons of vocabulary words in science this year. So we talk about summarizing information and sequence of events. In order for photosynthesis to take place, this has to happen first and then this. Cause and effect relationships, because of this is happening. And then we read a variety of different charts or tables or graphs throughout the year as well. So we really do incorporate most of the subjects into science as well. Assessments. So I will assess the students formally and informally. I will do this through a variety of ways. So it can be a test, which will be on Canvas. It can be from any projects that we do in class. It can be more informally through just question and answer and me providing feedback, or they turn in an assignment and I jot down some feedback for them, or my observations, online games that we're going to play in class, homework. All of these ways I will assess the students. As far as homework goes, every day students have the opportunity to join into Zoom to check and look at a Google Doc, which is found in Canvas on all of our home pages in 5th grade for 5th grade teachers, mine, Mrs. Giacaloni's, and Mrs. Fernandez's. You will find a homework link button there, which will link you up to a Google Doc. And we'll go over that in study skills if your child attends with me. And they will also have an assignment notebook. So if they're like me, I like to write things down. And when I'm going over that Google Doc with them, they can certainly write down the information in their assignment notebook and kind of use it as a checklist to make sure that they're getting their homework done each night. Late assignments, anything that's below a 70%, students can redo the assignment. If it's a homework assignment, they can redo the assignment, trying to earn a better grade, and then I will average the two assignments for a final grade. If assignments are turned in late, there will be a 10% reduction in their grade. And then after 1 week, they can only earn up to a 50%. That would be the highest on that assignment that they can earn. Missing assignments, of course, if they never turn in an assignment, that would result in a 0, which would be part of their grade. Supplies, at least to start off, since we're all at home, I would encourage you to remind your child every day to have a charged device so that it doesn't die in the middle of Zoom, since they're going to be on there for quite a while in the morning. The assignment notebook, like I said, if they want to jot down in science at the end of class, this is our homework for today, or when they go back to study skills later in the day, an assignment notebook might be helpful. A notebook or at least some loose leaf paper. It doesn't necessarily need to be a notebook. If they're using loose leaf paper, they might want to stick it in maybe a green folder for science or another type of folder just to keep track of everything. Of course, something to write with, pencil, pens. Sometimes we'll use a highlighter. So if they have those readily available, that will help. And of course, their scientific minds. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have learned a little bit about me and how science is going to work this year. And I thank you in advance for your support and your understanding and definitely your patience this school year with all of the new changes and the remote learning that we're all doing. And I really look forward to working with your child and keeping in communication with you. If you ever have questions or concerns, please feel free to email me or call me and we can talk. We could set up a Zoom meeting if we need to, so that we keep that line of communication open. And I know it's going to be a great school year. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to working with you and your child this year. Thank you.